I don't even know what to say to that. So I bought this a while back thinking that this would be awesome, and it is not. Good morning, glorious people. It is Monday. So it is the week of 3/2. This weekend, I believe we change our clocks ahead, which I am not looking forward to at all. I have a very short list of things to do this week, and I'm hoping that's a good thing because some of them are a doozy. I do need to finish my decals. I made a pretty good dent. I still have a few to cut and weed, and then I still have the transfer tape part to go. So I'm going to work on that. I still have the new coasters. I have them prepped. I just don't have them printed. So I'm going to try to check that off the list because we are getting close to vendor show. So when I get those packaged and ready to go, I also need to make the basket for that show for the craft raffle. And last on my list is I want to try out my tutorial that I found, and I want to take you along and show you that one. Hopefully it helps somebody else. Maybe people have already seen it, but I definitely want to test it and see how it works. There are applications that I would love to use it on, but I think it's just a little too much, too much work for, a little pizzazz. But I do want to try that out. So that might be one of my lunchtime things, is to work on doing that. I also, so I thought this would be interesting. This has absolutely nothing to do with my business. However, I'm a huge genealogy nerd. So I love everything about researching genealogy. Like I've been doing it for, since for maybe like 30 years. I've been doing my family. I run into quite a few brick walls. If anybody else has, done that, I've done the Ancestry DNA. I've had both my parents tested for it. And I have my tree up on a very truncated version of my tree on various sites. And just to kind of see what hits I get where I'm stopped, just to kind of see. And I absolutely was blown away this morning. So I opened up my email like I normally do, just to see if I got anything, anybody reached out, delete all the stuff that I never look at, but I don't unsubscribe because, I love apparently deleting all the stuff out of my email. But I got an email from familysearch.org, and I don't know if anybody's ever used that before, but it's a website that is hosted by the, I forget what the title is, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Utah. And that's the other thing that's coming up this week. So the 6th, 7th, and 8th, they do a huge Roots Tech, which is a big thing in Utah, but they have it virtual, so you can sign up for free and listen to the speakers. But they have like genealogy records, world family trees, so that people can go in. You can meet people that, are searching for the same family lines as yours. And it's not a pay site. So it's not as, cumbersome as Ancestry is with everything. It has a fee. So this, you kind of can go on there, but the only caveat to that is the family trees are kind of like a Wikipedia page where you can go in and you can edit. Anybody can go in and edit stuff, which makes it kind of unreliable unless they actually put sources to where they found that information. So with all that said, this morning, there is a point. This morning, I get an email that says, I am related to Marie Antoinette. And I went, what? So I logged in, and sure enough, I am She is my sixth cousin, 8 times removed. I don't even know what to say to that. So I get into the thing because it's been a hot minute since I've been into my ancestry stuff. Like usually that's my winter project, but this small business has kind of taken me away from that as much as I normally am. Kind of like my winter, we don't go anywhere. I just kind of do all the searching, and we'll get subscriptions for like that couple months, and then I'm done during the summer, and then I go back. Because I don't feel like a day-to-day subscription is necessary for this unless you're a genealogist hardcore, and that's your job. But I kind of hit it all in a few months. I write down who I'm looking for and do that kind of stuff. But I saw that I had a message, a bell notification. So I looked at it and it said, look who you're related to. I have 27 celebrities that I am related to. So if anybody knows me personally, they know that I always say, I'm not stopping until I find somebody that I'm related to that is famous. And I legitimately found that I was related to the third bishop of Galveston, Texas. Like, he was like a big deal. Like, he had a book. I bought the book that somebody put out on him. That's how well known he was. But that's about it. Like, there were a lot of people that married into famous, I married the family members that married into that line that were related to, say, so-and-so and whatever, but none were direct descendants to me. Let me read you some of the names on here because this is just flipping ridiculous. Like, I do want to go through and like validate this before I actually say that I am, but here are my historical relatives. So 5th cousin, 8 times removed, George Washington. 6th cousin, 8 times removed, Marie Antoinette. 6th cousin, 7 times removed, Queen Victoria. Come on. Like 7th cousin, 6 times removed, Abraham Lincoln. 8th cousin, twice removed, Lucille Ball. 8th cousin, 6 times removed, Emperor Pedro I of Brazil. 8th cousin, 6 times removed, Empress Maria Lepidona of Austria, which is also in Brazil. So I don't know if those two are related somehow. 8th cousin, 5 times removed, King George VI, British monarch. 9th cousin, not removed or anything, legitimate 9th cousin, which will make my mom ecstatic, Elvis Presley. 9 times removed, or 9th cousin, 5 times removed, Emily Dickinson. In case you didn't know, she's an American poet. 9th cousin, 3 times removed, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. 9th cousin, 4 times removed, Walt Disney. Walt Disney! What the hell? 9th cousin, 5 times removed, Emperor Pedro II of Brazil, which I guess would be a given if I was related to the first. And same thing with this woman. She's 9th cousin, 5 times removed, Isabel, Princesa Imperial do Brazil. Okay. This is another one. 10th cousin, 3 times removed, Babe Ruth. I love baseball. That's a good one. 10th cousin, once removed, Helen Keller. 10th cousin, once removed, Judy Garland. 10th cousin, once removed, Queen Elizabeth II. 11th cousin, twice removed, Winston Churchill. 12th cousin, twice removed, Adam West. Holy genealogy, Batman. Like, really? This one warmed my heart so much, and I am ecstatic to say that this is the first one I'm going to look and make sure this is legit. My 12th cousin, once removed, Bob Ross. Bob Ross! I'm so excited about that one. 12th cousin once removed, John Wayne. 12th cousin twice removed, Shirley Temple. 13th cousin once removed, Ginger Rogers. 13th cousin once removed, Harper Lee. Now this one I did not know the name, but then once I read who he was, I was like, okay, I got it. Author of To Kill a Mockingbird. So, okay, got it. 13th cousin, Mary Tyler Moore. 13th cousin once removed, Ronald Reagan. So I have 3 presidents, and I know the one that they don't have listed in here that I know I'm related to, because that one I legitimately looked up, and I believe he's like a 6th cousin, 4 times removed or something like that, was, oh, God, I'm drawing a blank on what his name is. I need to think about that one. But he's one of our presidents. Oh God, I can't think of his name. I can see his face. Hang on, let me look it up. Rutherford B. Hayes. God, I couldn't think of that name. That one I know is legitimate on my mom's side. But here's the other thing. Like, I'm fascinated by the DNA thing because I don't understand a lot of it. However, with this list of historical figures, now there were a lot of foreign ones and a lot of like celebrities that are American born. All the American born ones are on my mom's side. All of the ones that are historical figures from, you know, royalty or even just like monarchies, like the, you know, the Marie Antoinettes, the Queen Victorias, all of the ones that were that type are on my dad's side, which to me is mind-boggling that they split like that. Like I was expecting to see some mix there, but yeah, holy crap, like my mom's side alone has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 presidents that I'm related to on my mom's side. And on my dad's side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that held positions in royalty. Oh my God. So, I mean, technically, if you are Christian, you believe that you descend from Adam and Eve, or one, like we're all related, which I get, but it's mind-blowing when you think like all that royalty, like how did that not spill down to this generation? Why am I not doing better? But anywho, I just thought that would be something completely interesting, hopefully on your end. But yeah, I was like blown away looking at this. I was like, I don't even know how to process that. But the first one I am totally looking into to make sure it's legit is Bob Ross. And my mom's birthday is this week. Her birthday is on Friday. So I got to check and make sure that the Elvis Presley thing's right before I give that to her. But that will be a cool birthday present. By the way, Mom, you're related to Elvis Presley. It's one of her favorites. So, anywho, I am going to now log into work after this awesome morning that I feel like I have like all these creative and I mean, because some of these people are like creative people, creative thinkers. So I'm like, yeah, all right. It's justified. So I hope that, you know, you guys check that out. Like, I didn't put any DNA or anything in there. All I have is a real basic family tree, which is, I think, maybe my great-grandparents or a couple people prior to that. But I did not do a very robust version on this. Like Ancestry.com, I do have one, but this one not as deep. And it linked these for me based on what other people have put in. So that would be something really cool if, you know, you put your stuff in there and you found out who you're related to. So let me know in the comments below if there's anybody that you're famous related to or historical figures that you're related to, because this totally made my morning. So I will catch up with you at lunch and we will try to check some stuff off our list. All right, my crafty people, it is lunchtime and we are going to try out this tutorial I found. So the one that I found was taking a regular printout, such as, I just decided my logo, that was the easiest thing and what I had on hand, on regular paper, and I did it on a cardstock because I kind of wanted to try something out. But you take regular and you foil it with your laminator. So I got my laminator warming up. I don't have Cricut foil or any of the like foiling. I bought this a while back thinking that this would be awesome, and it is not. I got this at Ollie's for $4.99 and I thought it would be something cool to try. I think I got this like way back, like just after the pandemic or during or something like that. And it was a cool little kit. It comes with a little pen and you write over top of the foil on what you want foiled. And I just felt like it just burned it. It didn't really do anything. So I am going to use the foil from that and see if I can repurpose it. But like I said, I thought this was a really cool little kit. It comes with this cool little, you know, pen, and it just didn't work out. So the foils that came with this, I've got like a shimmer with circles, I guess. And then your typical blues, pinks, gold, silver, and like a copper color. So I think the closest to my brand, I guess, would be the hot pink, which I'm not a fan of, but we're going to give this a go. So the trick for this is you take the heat from this reactivates the ink. So you put your foil over top of this and then you run it through your laminator. And my son is lighting up my phone today like that. If you keep hearing the dings, that's where that is. He's apparently at lunch too, so he likes sending me memes. So I'm going to take this little piece off and I'm going to cut this to size. And I think I'm just going to do the logo for right now and see what that looks like. And I don't remember if they actually taped it down, but I think I kind of have to. Otherwise, it's going to shift around. So we'll just use a piece of heat tape, maybe. I don't know. I think I cut that too big, but let's give it a shot. And yeah, I'm intrigued by this. Now, I did it on a piece of cardstock only because I was thinking if I do run out of business cards and I need something quick, like could I foil it to make it look a little nicer? I don't know. So I'm going to use a smidge of heat tape just because this is running through the laminator. And I don't know if Scotch tape's a good idea. So I'm going to make sure this stays flat because there's not enough static to hold it down. So we'll just give this a little piece in the corners. And realize you can't really see what I'm doing here, so let me pull you down a little bit. So I got my piece of foil on top. And then they simply just put it between two pieces of copy paper. So I'm making a little pocket with this. I'm going to slide this towards the middle so it doesn't have anywhere to go. And my laminator is ready and powered. This is just a cheapy one I got off of Amazon. And running it through. So let's see what happens. I watched them do it, so I'm thinking this is how it's supposed to be. But we will see. I'm excited to see what happens, but I don't know that I would have an application for it, but maybe somebody out there will. I just don't want to add this to every single thing that I do and then have it be an extra step that I have to do. So let's see if this gets hot enough. Does look like it's melted on there. Do have some bubbles though. All right, so let's see what we get. I'm going to bring you closer so we can reveal this together. So let's bring you down here. All right, we ready? Does not look like it got hot enough. All right, so let's rub that down and let's run it through again and see if that makes a difference. I don't know, that my laminator might not get as hot as the ones that they were showing. So maybe it's me. I don't know. But we will try it out again and see what happens. Let me put you back up here, since we have a little bit of time. I also printed it out. I did on the white, and then I did it on I had some scraps of the craft paper, so I was going to see if that makes a difference. So let's see if that made a difference. Does not appear that it stuck to this at all. There's a hint of it. Let's run it through one more time. There's like a shimmer, just a hint of flex, I guess is the best way to say it. And I don't have settings. It's basically hot, off, or cold. So it doesn't look like this will work with my laminator, but that is the steps that is supposed to work with the laminator. I guess there's a product called a mink, which I'm not a heavy paper crafter for gift cards and stamping and all that kind of stuff. So I guess there's a product called a mink that runs through and does the foiling for you. And this was a way of not having to pay for that. So let's see if that worked. I don't know, because it just keeps bubbling up. Like it comes out like that. So it can tell that it's not attaching anywhere. Yeah. It's getting there, but it's definitely not hot enough. Yeah, it's not coming off the... So I don't know if you can see this on the camera or not, but we're going to give it a try. So like when you pull this back, you can kind of see a little bit of the flex sticking there, but it's not completely coming off the sheet. Like they're stuck the whole way. So I think it might be mine just isn't hot enough. I'm going to try running it one more time. And then I think I'm going to call this as not my laminator. Doesn't get hot enough. So let's try it one more time here. But yeah, I was hopeful that this tool would have been really cool. Like it honestly, it just has on and off, but I thought it got way too hot, and it really didn't. You couldn't see where you were drawing to write it. So unless you were doing something organic, you wouldn't be able to do, say, your logo or, you know, anything like that. So this is my last try. Well, this one seems a little flatter, so let's see. Yeah, it's not coming off. And heck, it could be just this foil too, this garbage. Like I said, this whole kit was kind of like a letdown. Yeah, it does have an iridescence to it, so hopefully you can kind of see that. So I mean, it picked up a little bit of it. So it's got like a purpley look to it, but not as near what they were showing. Let's, for shits and giggles, let's try this piece here. I'm gonna save this for something else. Let's try this iridescent foil. Like, and I have a good bit of this stuff. Like, I don't know what else to do with it. I don't know if the foiling would work on the Cricut with this, but like I said, I've not really, didn't delve that deep into it. But this is the piece, like I said, it just got too hot, and it actually melted the plastic. Like it didn't come off the it didn't come off the way it was supposed to. So I'm going to cut just a little swatch here, and we'll give this one a try. And then this one will be my last effort. So let's see if we can reuse this heat tape so I don't waste it. Or maybe let's just try putting it through without it. Let's see what happens. We're testing this, right? So let's just see what happens. We'll put it completely on there. But I honestly think that it's just this doesn't get hot enough. I mean, it does give it a hint, but that's not really worth the work. Let's see what happens here. See, it feels warm when it comes out, but and that's a nope. Not even close. Not even close. If I did it upside down, will it make a difference? I think the heating element's on the top, so I don't think the bottom's going to make a difference, but see if maybe it heats it up from the back. If it makes a difference. I don't know. I'm not too heartbroken because obviously I don't really have an application for it other than maybe doing some embellishments for cards or something like that, but I don't think that I was really going to use this for anything. That did make a difference. It did stick a little more. I don't know if you can kind of see. It did stick a little more, but it's definitely not as much as it should be. So I am going to shut this off and just say it might work with different laminators. So if it's something that you want to try, you know, and you don't have whatever the mink is, if you need it, then I would think that probably nothing is better than the original. But to the same point, if you're only using it once or twice, that might be an option for you if you can get it to work. But that was the tutorial. Maybe it's the cardstock. Maybe it's supposed to be on paper. Maybe I try one on paper and then see if it makes a difference. Maybe the cardstock, it's just not getting through the, because I really wanted to try it on cardstock, but let me try paper. Let's try that. Okay, I'm back. So printed it on actual paper. So let's give that one a try. I definitely don't want to waste my entire lunch doing this, but I want to make sure I try everything, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So I got it back on. Let's try a different color. So like this one, well, you know what? I'm going to reuse this. Some of this came off, but not enough to make a difference. So let's do that. Let's put it inside here. Let's get that lined up better. And then let's run this bad boy through. Fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe this was too thick to warm up. Maybe that's why it didn't work. What I would, like I said, what I would use it for is embellishments, but I would totally use it on cardstock before I would use paper or regular copy paper. So we'll see if this works. If it does, then, you know, maybe it might work on vellum. Vellum might be kind of nice having a foil on something that's a little transparent. So let's see if that worked. Ooh, I'm hopeful on this one. This looks really stuck on here. So, all right, let's give it a shot. So I'm going to peel up the corner here. Still not enough. So it's there, but it's just not strong enough. It's just like it's all over. It's not just on the ink. I was hopeful because when I opened this up, there's some on the paper. and I thought, oh, it transferred completely over, but let's try a second time, see if it makes a difference here. That's a bummer. I was kind of hoping to get rid of this and use it for something, but I'll have to find another use for it. Let me know if you have any ideas what I could do the use for the foil for. And this is, I swear, my last time trying. All right. Yeah, see, it really is wrinkling it. So it's leading me to believe that something is sticking. Yeah, it's just making it on the whole page. So I don't know if you can see that. It's everywhere. It's on the whites and everything, not just on the... So yeah, this is a definite no for working for my laminator. Maybe I might try it some other day if I do get real foil, but for now, foiling is not one of my things that I'm going to try, so I'm not going to invest it. But if it would come across my lap, I might consider it. So I am going to clean this mess up and I'm going to eat my lunch. So hopefully this works for somebody else. If there's, you know, an application that you can try it, you know, hopefully it works for you. But I think the biggest hurdle is making sure that the laminator gets hot enough, and I don't think mine gets that hot. I think mine is a Amazon cheap, not a real heavy duty laminator. So keep that in mind if you try it out. If you do get it to work, let me know. All right, I'll talk to you later. Good morning and happy Tuesday. So today I'm going to give you a walkthrough real quick of Tedooo. The Tedooo app is the social media platform that is also a seller, kind of like it's a hybrid of like Facebook and Etsy. It's even got the same feed for posts, and they have them where you view them as shops. So I'm going to show you real quick how mine looks. And it's not going to be a true setting up from scratch tutorial. I know they don't really have a lot of stuff out there on Tedooo. Most of it, I think, has been word of mouth and people sharing it out, trying to get more sellers on the platform. So, like I said, I stripped mine completely down from what I originally had set up, but I really didn't promote it or push it out there. So I'm going to try doing that this time with the downloads so that it can kind of do its thing in the background, and I don't have to, I mean, other than promoting when I put something new up or trying to gain followers, I don't have to do any shipping and all that other stuff. That's the only void that I wish my big cartel had. You can't do digital downloads on there without a third-party integration, and I'm not willing to pay for another subscription just to do digital downloads. So until they do that update, I was going to try this out to do digital downloads. So I'm going to show you what everything looks like and give you a walkthrough and get you kind of familiar with what Tedooo is and how it looks. So we are in the Tedooo app. So this is where when you log in, this will be what you see first. So it does have a very Facebook feel to it, where you have posts. People can put, you can drop your pictures in, you can follow the person, you can comment, like, you can share it, just as you would regular posts with Facebook. But this is a selling platform. So what this has is the ability to create a shop in here. So that's what I currently have up here. So I can go to my profile. You can choose and put a cover photo in. You can put an image for your profile picture. Then underneath here, it'll show where you're located. I had to go with GP, which is a shortened version of my full name. I'm not really sure why, but it tells me that there's a character limit, although I've seen shops with longer ones, and I'm wondering if that's with the paid pro version. But crafting with GP is what mine is, and then my @ is CGP. It shows you your follower count, how many people you're following, your status, if you're shipping. But like I said, I'm keeping this completely all digital going forward, so I'm not adding any physical products. Then you have a little section where you can put what, describe your shop for yourself, like you know, what you sell, what your shop is all about. There's analytics here. There's also how many people saved your items. So if they look at them and they can do a little like on them, or they can save it for future, you'll see that they've hearted it or they've liked it. It'll show your activity of when you posted last, and then what groups you're part of. There's groups in there like people that share SVGs, which I'm kind of leery of using those, only because I don't know if they go through the proper licensing channels or if they're taken from someone else. So I would be I'm very leery doing that. It's nice to look through and see what they're sharing, and maybe if you want to take inspiration and do your own thing, but I would just be very careful. They do have Cricut and Silhouette ones. There's a bunch of chat groups that are off, so that you can kind of go in and see that. On the right here, it shows you your catalog and what you have in there. The reviews, if you have any reviews with your shop. Like I said, mine is pretty bare bones at the moment. And then it shows you similar shops along the same lines of like Etsy. So it'll say like, if you're buying this, you may also like, kind of thing like that. For right now, and some of this stuff like the Mojo, I'm not really sure what that is, to be honest. I'm assuming that's your inspirations. And so this is my catalog, what I've been putting in there. So I've had all these rhinestone decals. I've had those in there, or the templates, I should say, so that you can go in and when you purchase it, it shows you that you can cut the templates and then brush in your rhinestones and reuse this template. I also put how many stones were for each part of it. And then I did a mock-up showing the design on there. Then you have the other stuff that I've been putting up is I've been doing some designs. I've been trying to do at least one a day, posting up, PNGs and SVGs. So at the moment right now, I'm just mainly doing PNGs. I will put up some ones that are cut files so that if you wanted to use them for your Cricut to make vinyl decals or, wall hangings or something like that. But I'm having too much fun going through and creating these. So these were some of my most recent ones that I did. I drew them and put them in there. This one here, I did an AI generated gnome, but it was all individual pieces. So I kind of put together the scene and then, put in a cool font with some text for gardening. But I was trying to pick the seasons. So I did, some for St. Patrick's Day. I have some for Easter, and then I have some various other designs. So I'm going to keep adding them as I go, as the inspiration hits me, if I think of something that I want to put up there. But these ones are perfect if you wanted to put these on, say, the tote bags, shirts. These are definitely good for sublimation, and they're also good for DTF transfers. These all come with like the background removed. Yeah, so I mean, I think that I'm going to keep putting as many as I can up here to try to get a little more of a substantial catalog in here so that people don't just look and say, oh, she's got like 2 files. So I'm trying to build this part up. The neat thing is you can actually go in and discover. So if there's like something you like or you've seen or you're looking at, or items, I mean, I get like the best of resin, best of crochet, there's tumblers. So, I mean, there's different platforms, and the only thing that I seem to always get are crochet, and I don't crochet. So I don't know how to go in and change my settings to see those sellers. But you can choose to be a buyer or a seller. So when you get created into this, you can say that you're buying or you're selling, and then you can kind of go between the two, so that if you wanted to actually purchase from a small business, which I think is awesome, you can go in and do that. I am having a little bit of a snafu with my Stripe. I set up Stripe and PayPal through here, but I had my husband do a test just to make sure that the sublimation or the downloads worked, that you got the email to be able to receive the files. But I don't know if it went through on my Stripe, because I did not get notifications, but it is showing on our bank account that it did get, it went to Crafting with Glorious Purpose. So I don't know if that's a Tedooo problem or if it's just a delay with Stripe, being that I just activated Stripe with this account. So it does say 7 to 14 days. So I'm waiting to see if that actually goes through. And then the other two things to call out, I am not a vision seller, but they do have these vision where people can go in and create something with AI, or type in keywords of what they want to see, get an idea, and then find a seller that will make it. I see a lot of people crocheting things like that. Like they'll do an AI version of, I think I saw one with like a waffle purse, and somebody crocheted a waffle purse, which I thought was dead on to the image that was there. And the other thing is this Tedooo Pro. So this is a free, you don't get charged for listings. You can put as much as you want on here. You only pay Tedooo if you do the Pro version. And I think the Pro version is actually probably where you need to be if you want to get seen. Otherwise, you have to do a lot of hard work to get seen. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, but I'm not looking to pay for another platform. And I do like the fact that, you can list whatever you want. And you don't get charged for the listings. And that is Tedooo in a nutshell. So if you're looking for anything, it's free to sign up. You can go through, you can check out different people's works. Maybe you might find something from a small business for Easter and then you're looking for, and you can, purchase right from them. That would be amazing. So go and give this platform a try and see what you think. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Thursday. I did not film yesterday. Didn't really have anything, and work kind of picked up a little bit. So I just kind of lost track of what I was actually doing. So today I was going to show you uploading into Tedooo. I have a new piece of art that I finished last night. So I'm going to list that today, and I figured I'd bring you along so you can kind of see how I upload into my account, and hopefully it will help you out if you're looking to upload any digital art to the platform, or even creating a new listing on your own. But we will get right into it and see how it looks. We're back into our Tedooo page, so you'll notice the top's a little different on mine today. I actually added the banner. I just had my logo in there before, but like I said, it was very bare bones. So I changed it up to be more on point with my brand. And I gained a few followers over the last day, so I'm kind of excited about that. And I am going to show you now how I upload a new listing into my catalog. So what you'll do is you'll click on the add item to catalog, and it'll prompt you with 3 ways to do it. So the first way is to start from scratch, which won't give you any information in there. You'll have to start all over. You can duplicate a listing. So in my case, I have my legalese in my description for usage and such for my digital downloads. So I'm going to duplicate a listing, but you can also import listings by CSV file if you're savvy, if you're exporting from Etsy or from Shopify and you're coming over to here. I do see a lot of people saying that they closed their Etsy shops and moved over to this platform. So you could pull all your listings and do it with an CSV file if you so choose. I'm going to be doing the duplicate listing, and then you can choose from all your listings. So like if I was doing another decal or another template for my rhinestones, I would choose that, but I'm going to just do the last listing I did for a PNG, and I'm going to hit duplicate. So this will be all the information that you will need to fill out. So it's pulling all of the information that I had in for this last one. So I'll just need to go in and replace. So first things first is I'm going to get rid of this image, and I'm going to upload into here a new photo. So I'm going to go to my designs. So this is my design that I'm going to upload, which is Bach and Roll. And I will be making a smaller version of this. First off, I'm going to open this in my Photoshop, and I'm going to put a watermark on it and make it smaller so that it fits the constraints for that thumbnail. I also want it to load properly for people, so if I put a huge file in there, I want to make sure that the printable file is big enough, but these are not overwhelming when people are trying to load them on their phones. So this design is about roughly an 8 by 10. I want to make sure that the image is square to put it into that space. So I'm going to change my canvas size, and I'm going to make the height and width exactly the same so that it'll give me the padding along the sides. And I like to give it a little more breathing room, so I'm going to actually make it 11, round it up to 11, so that this way I have space around it. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab my watermark, and the way I do it is I have a page here. Let's see. Where did it go? Where's my packaging? And I have this repeated pattern. And what I'm going to do is just drag this into here, not save that, and then take this pattern and I'm going to enlarge it to fill the whole thing. And then I'm going to change the blend mode to overlay, double click on it, and then I'm going to give it a color overlay, and I'm going to make it white, which is already what's there. And then I'm just going to take the opacity down to about 50% or so. And then that gives me my watermark over the image. I'm going to do a save as, and I'm going to save a, or actually first before I do that, I'm going to change the size to 1000 pixels so that it's smaller. And then I'm going to do a save as, save a copy. I've been naming this watermark and then putting my brand name in the front, and I saved it out as a PNG and hit save. And then I'm going to close this one, but I'm not going to save it because I do want the original. So this will be the one that goes with the design. And then I have a user agreement that I have made for my digital downloads. I'm going to take that and I'm going to grab this watermark, or the original PNG, and I'm going to zip that, and I'm going to just do the compress here, and I'm going to copy the name and call the file the exact same thing. I'm going to put that into my folder. So now I should have exactly what I need. So I have my original design, I have my PNG that I'm going to send out, my zip file, and my watermarked one. So I'm ready to start adding this in. So I'm going to go to my photo variations. I'm going to go to my Bach and Roll page. I'm going to grab the watermarked file, and that's going to go in there. I have my clipboard, so I can paste Bach and Roll in there. this is the digital item, and my description has everything in here from my previous ones, which basically is the information saying about downloading items. It has commercial license, but you know, there are some limitations. So that is in there. And then I need to replace this one with the correct file to upload. I will click options here and it will show all files so that it will let me import a zip. So there's my zipped file. So that has been added in there and it's loading. There it is. And then all of the, you know, the graphics, and here you can edit the keywords. So this one has nothing to do with the pool or summer, but it has a chicken. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to add music and we'll hit save. I'm going to leave the price at the $4 and give this a once over to make sure everything's correct. I've got my PNG, I got my correct digital file, and I'm ready to hit save changes. And then it's updating it, it will add it to my shop. And as you can see, it populated in here. So now when I click on it, I have my digital item, I have my image. The see more has all of the details for my, you know, disclaimer portion. And then I'm good. It's now listed and it's on here. So if I wanted to, I can click on this and I can share it to Facebook. I don't have a Twitter, but you could if you wanted to, or you can copy the link and paste it into whatever social media you use. There's also another way that you can promote this. So if you go back to your home page up here and you wanted to share your thoughts or a listing, you can actually share an item from your catalog, or you can add an image to your thing. So if you want to say, hey, check out my latest, you know, design or my new product, you can just go right from here and you can choose from all of your listings. Well, that kind of loaded weird. But yeah, you can choose from all of these how you want. I don't know why it loaded that way. That was kind of weird. And you can share it out that way. So then it becomes on the feed and people can comment, or, you know, you can promote it a little better that way too. Happy Friday. It's finally here. I am excited. The sun is out today. The part that was funny this week is, I believe, so a Tuesday was 60 and Wednesday was in the 60s, but it was cloudy. Yesterday was 30. Today's going back up to 45. Totally understand why yesterday my head was just throbbing most of the day. It's like the roller coaster. And it's a pain, and I can't, this one, I don't know if it's just getting older or if it's just you know, this year, but I don't think I've ever had as many headaches as I've had with this weather going up and down and my face killing me than this roller coaster weather. But we made it to Friday and I'm happy for that. So I spent most of yesterday doing some more doodles on my iPad and looking to put up some more digital products on my Tedooo. And I'm actually doing really well getting that populated. So I'm trying to keep myself on track, even if I put something small, like not a huge design, but just some kind of clip art or something. I'm trying to put one thing up a day just to kind of build it up so that I can, you know, have a little bit more of a catalog for people to select from, so that I attract more people than having 2 items on there and then they go, is this like legit? Like, is there only like 2 things to buy? So I'm going to concentrate on working on more of those designs, I think tonight, tomorrow, you know, lunchtime today. So I think I'm in a good spot. I designed the new coasters. I just need to print them, and I've got there's some different patterns, and I'm real excited about those ones. that will still leave me with a slew of these little coasters left for more pups. So I think I'm gonna print off those new ones, and the rest of them are I'm going to go through what dog breeds I have and see which ones I can add a couple more just for the end of March show, see how they go, and then I can add more to them for the event in May. So I'm still not done with the decals. I still have a few more sheets to cut on those. I just needed a break from the weeding, so I think I will jump back on that maybe next week, or maybe send some to cut while I'm, doing other things around the house, because they take a substantial amount of time to cut with all the little pieces. So I might have that going and do some other stuff, and then, while watching TV, do some weeding and get those ready. But they still need the transfer tape and packaged up all pretty and put into square. So I still have time for those, so that's why I kind of put them on the back burner. And yeah, so I mean, I don't really have anything much more to film for this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed this one. I am meeting my husband for lunch today for Friday. So we found out our local Italian little market is going out of business, and we usually get subs from there. It's called the Uncle Polly, which we both absolutely love. The bread is ridiculously big, fresh mozzarella, prosciutto. It is so good, and yeah, we're gonna miss that one. So unfortunately, this will be our last Uncle Polly, so we're doing that today. So I won't be filming at lunch today. And if I do anything this weekend, I will be sure to include it. But I'm going to leave you here. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. If you stayed till the end, give me some kind of cool summer emoji or something alluding to warmer weather. Whether it's a sun, birds, squirrels, whatever. I don't care. Just something warm. And let's start thinking of warmer weather, and this 30 degrees can hit the road. So thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're going to try to do some more tutorials and some other fun stuff. So hopefully you liked this one with the Tedooo and the foil one. So I'll see what else I can find for you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye, guys.